Well, good morning, beautiful souls. How are we doing today, you all? Hope that you're doing great. Rested well last night and rising with the leap in your spirit. I'm just coming in here quickly this morning, about to head out the door. And I was like, about to sit down. And I was like, let me just stand and get a little angle here, because I'm usually sitting down and what have you and talking to you all briefly and what have you. But anyway, I just wanted to come in and say good morning to everybody, check on everybody. Did you make it through the blizzard, the cold blizzard? I know. Well, today we're at 40 something. And our school didn't stop here in the South. Other districts are out, you all. We were still strong and going. So last night was at 19. Today supposed to be a little bit better. So thank God for that, you all. But I am waiting on spring, which I love spring and summer. I can be hot because I cool off. But in the winter, these bones is hard. But you know what? I thank God for it all, right? We thank Him for it all because the seasons are coming. Somebody running in here, you all with this bone. With this bone. Seasons are coming. Let me see. Where you at, Papa? Where people can see you. Huh? He's over on this side. But let me just sit down because I'm a little tired. You know how you get up in the morning, guys? Let me just hold it. You get up in the morning, you just feel a little tired. Yeah, I can see it right here on my eyes. But anyway, this week was kind of hard. I'm gonna tell you because of the cold and getting up. And we're not used to this in the South and having to still get up and go out there and go. It was just like a push and a mindset with so many different things as it relates to getting ready for that cold. And let me pull my little thing over here, y'all, because I see I'm about to start talking more and more here. Because I have a little extra time and he's sitting here quiet. So give me a minute. Let me put it on my stand. I apologize for this, y'all. Okay. Okay, I did. I knocked it out, y'all. Sorry about that. But anyway, that the shifting of everything with that cold, I didn't know that we could take a toll on you. Excuse me, y'all. How does this weather? But it really did some things. And I told my husband, I said, when I came in, what was that? It's like Wednesday, Thursday. Well, Tuesday, we thought, well, it was Tuesday. What was yesterday? Wednesday? Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday, we didn't know what the weather's going to be. So Monday night, my body, this menopause here wakes me up at 3, so I'm up. But I was like, okay, if anything changed the weather, I already knew we were going. Let me be aware and pay attention if the phone ring, with the call or with my principal sent out anything. But when I got to work, I made it. When I got home Tuesday night, I told my husband, I said, I'm so exhausted. He said, I'm going to fix you something to eat. And I said, I'm going to eat a little something. And then I went and got in the bed, showered. As soon as I come home, y'all, it's just something I do of having parents with cancer and taking care of them and getting out all those clothing with germs and stuff. So I still do that. And I was in the bed 6:30. 6:45, I remember looking at the clock, and that was it. Of course, Cash goes where I go, so he goes and sleep all the way through the night, too. Yesterday was Wednesday, right? So I told myself, well, I'm going to try to do 7. So last night I was in about 8 or whatever. But sometimes you have to get your body acclimated and ready to say, okay, I need extra rest. But I noticed that cold and just the shock of it, the shock of it did something to me. And it was just more so of getting out there in it. We didn't have snow or anything, but it was brutal cold to where we were like feeling like a negative something or 2, anything. And you wake up in the morning, it's 9 and 10, you got to go out in it. That is just, cut that. That is not what we do here in Alabama. And we don't have that. So that was just a drastic change for me. And I had to think about it. I said, that just wore my body out. And I could imagine what it did for other people because we were talking about it at work. But it goes to how, things that we encounter in life, how something could just come on us at the last minute and it could just affect our bodies in so many ways. And many times we don't think about it or we don't realize we're just still going. Now, something that small, I'm just going to use it that way it was because it wasn't anything that destroyed us or destroyed me, but it was something that was like, bam, and it was like, this happened? And it was a whole, we always talk about pivoting, but in my work of area of coaches, we do that. We talk about that. But it was a shift in that atmosphere, that mindset to say, okay, I'm getting up saying, okay, it's cold. I got to make sure I got all these things together. I even took out my big foamy coat, rather than my other coat that I wear, casual dress coat I wear. I took that baby out, you all. I had a scarf, I had my gloves, I had these huge earmuffs I bought my son and his band. I went to Chicago when he was a senior. And it was just so funny because I bought that coat during that time too. That's 2017. But I was actually driving in my coat because I put the heat on the car, but it's just too much because I have the seat warmer and the steering wheel heater, so I'm okay. But I had the heater on, the steering wheel, and the seat. And I'm saying, why are we out here? Why are we out here? But I realized how that just like shell shocked me in a minute. And I realized what it did to my body. My mom and I were talking, and my mom was a cancer patient in remission for years and fibromyalgia and all that. Now she's not, she had rheumatoid arthritis, which we finally got that narrowed down. It shifted her body, but I noticed it was just doing something to me mentally. I'm like, okay, whew. And I peep out the window and I click the car and turn on, just to flow a minute. But I said, oh my God, it was ice on the car. But I didn't turn the fogger inside for it when I hit the car inside to go. So my husband said, oh, I didn't think about that either. So I ran out there, turned that on. It's 6:25, so by the time we leave. And I didn't realize that, but that shift in that atmosphere was something for me. It was something for me. And it just made me think about how many times we have those shifts and how we just don't know how to handle them and what it does to us. But it's like a wow moment for us, right? But I was going to just come in and say good morning, but look at me. But I want to come back and talk about that because it just took me to a whole nother, to where I'm like, okay, I don't like this. This is too much. But that's how we look at things sometimes. Things that are small, we feel that is too much for us. And that was nothing I can control, anything I could do about it, but it was too much for me in my mindset. Yes, I handled it, but to me, it was a change and it was too much for me. So I'm going to come back, beautiful souls. I want to talk a little bit more about that with you today. I'm going to go ahead and get out here on this road. You all have a great day. Love you, love you, love you. And I'm going to come back and talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye now. Hey, beautiful souls. I am at work and I'm on my lunch. I walked just a little bit. It's still cold out there. But when I stepped out the door, I felt like I could have put my jacket on and walked because it's like 40 degrees and the sun is bright. But I said, let me just take a few minutes and come in. I'm in a classroom, an empty classroom we have, and just share a little bit of, what I was talking about this morning, about the weather and what it did. This is so funny. I'm saying what it did to me. But just talking about the shifting and how sometimes when things come to us in our lives and come upon us, how sometimes we can't even think about the change. You change quickly, you pivot, but sometimes like, how did it affect me? What did it do? And I'm so tickled because I woke up almost, well, it was about 3 o'clock this morning, couldn't go back to sleep, beautiful souls. And waking up, I'm so tired. And it's like something to one. And I'm like, Lord, I had a budget meeting today. And it's like, what have I gotten done? But I noticed I'm moving slow. But just something that small that I couldn't control, which is the weather, which we all are going through that. It did something to me, you all. And it looked like it slowed my body down. And we were talking at work. It was like we all feeling that way. And I'm like, that was the cold and the brittleness of the weather. So it made me think about, how many times when people have things going in their lives, when we have things going in our lives, we feel that we should react to it a certain way, or this is something that we should be able to handle. But no, many times that's not the case, beautiful souls. And don't beat yourself up if that's the case. Because this here with this weather, I was like, ooh, it was just the weather. But it just did something to me and it shifted me a little bit. And ooh, that was a change of like, bam, and it was to me, it was like tormenting because it was so cold and having to come out here. And in the South, we're not used to doing it in Alabama. But that's how life is, right? Life is something to where we can be this way one day. We feel we could be great one day, feeling this way one day, and then the next minute it just goes downhill, or it shifts, it spikes up, it goes all over the place, and we just can't figure it out. And sometimes we want to beat up on ourselves and say, you know what? I should have been able to handle this. I should have been able to accept this much better than what I did or handle this much better than what I did. But no, no, beautiful souls, no. Some things, that's how it is. It's life, right? That's the journey that we're on. So when I thought about that weather, I said, now that weather, to me, I say it's something small because there's things in life that make us shift to a level of pain. It can make us shift to a level of grief. It can make us shift to a level of just feeling overwhelmed. It could make us shift to a level of feeling hopeless. It could make us shift to so many levels to where that can occur. But those are big things to me, beautiful souls. So something with the weather, you know how I talk about the seasons, right? Something with the weather and the seasons, it happened. But it sure did shift Ursula to where I'm like, whew, you know, I'm feeling tired, feeling a little sluggish. It's like it drains us a little bit, and it's so brittle and brisk. It affects our bodies, the cold, and that's how those sequences that we occur, things that occur in our life, or those sequences, excuse me, that we have, that's how it makes us feel as well. So I just wanted to come back in to finish this and share that with you all because, you know, things are going to come, right? This is going to happen. The cold is coming. They talking about snow again next week. I said, well, I'm not even getting excited because we had to come to work. Any other time I would have been excited, but it just makes you think and put things into perspective, right? And help us understand, as I always talk about, how seasons show us different things, beautiful souls. How the seasons change. They don't mean they're going to stay the same, but sometimes when those seasons come, like this season, was a lot for us, just like in life. That season of your life that you're in can be a lot for you as well. And it can affect you all over, but the beauty is that it's not going to stay that same always. It may stay that way for a long time or for a while, but I want people to understand and say, let me get my mindset together with this and shift a little bit and figure out what can I do to not go back down that road, or what can I do to make it better. So we have to think about those things, beautiful souls. But anyway, I just wanted to come in, and I laughed at myself this morning. I said, well, now, Ursula, you know you had 5 minutes, and you know when you start talking about something, God going to give you that analogy, and you're going to just go and go and go. Look at this. Look at this, beautiful souls. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go back to work in a few minutes, you all, and close out this day. I have even been slow in today's work. I feel like I just couldn't get as much done this week, but that's okay. I said tomorrow I'm closing my door. I'm knocking some things out. But anyway, you all go and have an amazing day, an amazing rest of your day, and just enjoy. Bundled up. Don't let the cold brittle your bones too much. And as I tell my husband, I don't stop no more. When I go in, I'm in. Have a great day. Love you all. Talk to y'all soon.